Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the class. I hope you all are safe and healthy too. Now, in this session, we are going to discuss the linear inequality chapter. That is your chapter number 6. I have already have a word with you that this entire chapter can be covered in two different lectures. One lecture where we will cover the linear inequality. Basically, the entire chapter is moving around one aspect, that is solving a linear inequality, and hence the entire chapter is having some inequality equations where you are solving, right? So this entire chapter you can divide into two parts. One is linear inequality in one variable, linear inequality in two variables, where we are solving the linear inequality one variable algebraically. Wherever it is required, wherever it is mentioned, there we will express the solutions on number line. Okay, and then we are having few application based question. Application based question means word problems. So in that word problems, we are going to convert them into an equations, and then again we are solving in a regular manner. So this is one part where you will cover the first exercise and the complete miscellaneous exercise. So you may add this miscellaneous exercise in the session 1, right? So in this way you can finish the 50% of the chapter. And what else in the remaining 50% of the chapter is, here we will discuss the solving the linear inequation which involving two variables x and y. But solving the two variable inequality through graph only, not algebraically, only through graph. So here we are solving the linear inequality in two variables graphically. This will be covered in the second session, that is second video lecture. So in today's video lecture, we are going to first introduce the topic. Based on that, we'll introduce the linear inequality in one variable, and then we'll solve the linear inequality one variable algebraically. We'll try to express the solutions on number line, and we'll discuss few word problems in a sequence. That's all. So this is all about your 50% of the topic. So how simple and how easy it is. So, and the second advantage of this topic is you have already familiar with this all topics. Only I need to recall what you have studied and what rules to be followed. Nothing else. And you know everything about this topic. The new thing is how to solve a linear inequality in two variables graphically. That is the new part for you. That is being introduced in 11th standard. So this is your primary one where you also have an idea, proper idea about the topic. Only I need to just give a touch, give a push to you to complete this one. And where you need my assistance, basically you need my assistance in the second session, second part of the chapter, where we are going to solve the linear inequality in two variable graphically, where you can cover 6.2 exercise as well as 6.3 exercise. Okay, so first in the today's session, we are going to cover this one. Okay, fine. So let's have a discussion. We'll start with the introductory of the topic. Now, just try to understand introductory topic. Just try to understand what is meant by inequation. So once you understand the term inequation or inequality, then you can understand the meaning of linear inequality. So inequality means which is not equal. So if any algebraic expression involving equal to sign is called an equation, and you might have come across many equations in your life. Like I'm just writing this one just to know about the difference between the equations and inequations. So this is basically you have already dealt with, that is what equations, where the algebraic expression involving the equal to sign is called equation. Okay, so this is what equation. And second, where the algebraic expression is involving less than or greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So if any algebraic expression or a polynomial involving the less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, called inequality, or you may also speak inequation, inequation, and it is called what? Equation. Okay, so equation and inequation are inequality, right? This is a basic difference. Second thing, here the solutions, that is what we are talking about, the number of solutions of equation depends on degree, but here it does not depend on degree. Remember, it means what? Let us say here, if you observe the if I'm talking about the single variable, you may understand very easily. If the degree is 1, it means that it has only one root or one solution. If degree is 2, it means that it is a quadratic, it has two roots or two solutions or two possible values of x which satisfy the equation. But when we talk about inequation, it does not, the solutions of this inequation does not depending on the degree. You may see, if x is less than 5, it means x may take any value which is less than 5. So what are the possible values of x if I am talking about the integers? Less than 5, it means that it may be 4, it may be 3, it may be 2, it may be 1, dot dot dot. There are infinitely many solutions of this inequation. So though it is a linear, right, we are having n number of solutions. So the number of solutions of inequality does not depend on degree. But here, unlike, here in the equation, the number of solutions of the equations always depend on degree. This is a very important point you need to keep in your mind while solving the equation and inequation. Okay, so now we are going to coming to the part. Specifically, we are dealing with what? Linear inequality. Linear inequality means whose degree is 1. Like I have written already 4 inequalities. The highest power of the variable is 1. Hence, the degree of this inequality is 1. Just like जो हम इक्वेशन में डिग्री को डिफाइन करते थे, वही डेफिनेशन इनइक्वालिटी के लिए भी अप्लाई होता है. So यहाँ जैसे कि आप कह रहे थे highest power is 2 of the variable, hence it's called degree 2, right? In the same way, you may also write inequality x square plus x is greater than or equal to 20. Hence what you are speaking, this is an inequation but degree 2. So degree 2, it doesn't mean that only two solutions are possible. It may have more than two number of solutions. Hence, I am specifically emphasizing this part. Number of solutions of any inequality does not depend on degree of the inequality. Ready? So now, specifically in the entire chapter, we are confined ourselves to the topic linear inequality. Means the entire chapter is dealing with degree 1 inequality, but it may in one variable, it may in two variables. Okay, that is why I have divided the entire chapter into two parts, one variable and two variable, but in both the cases we are dealing with linear inequality only. Okay, so let's have a discussion about the linear inequality. In that, some rules you need to understand and some terminology you need to understand before getting into the topic. First, we'll go with the terms and terminology. Yes. What is the terminology we are having? First of all, linear inequality. This is the topic we're talking about in one variable. Today we are whatever we are talking about completely we are dealing with in one variable, and that variable let us take it as x. Fine. Now this type of inequalities less than or greater than. You are observing this one, and third is what here, less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. This is less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Wherever the inequalities involved, like less than or greater than, they are called strict inequalities. इसका नाम है strict inequalities, right? And the less than or equal to and greater than or equal to are called slack inequalities. This simple name, okay, strict inequality and slack inequality. What does it mean? If I say x is lies between 3 to 9 with strict inequality, what does it mean? The value of x is belongs to which range? 3 to 9. So 3 to 9 with curly brackets. Curly bracket means here 3 and 9 are not included. 3 and 9 are not included, but whatever the possible real numbers of x between 3 to 9 is included, 3 and 9 are not included. This is the meaning of strict inequality. Strict means the value of x does not touch this endpoints. But when we talk about slack inequality, what you will say? The value of x is like between less than or equal to 9 means all real numbers lies between 3 to 9 including 3 and 9 both. So this is the meaning of slack inequality. When you are using slack inequality, you are involving that endpoints. Okay. So hence the solution set also written as x is belongs to 3 to 9 with the square brackets. So square bracket speaks that all real numbers between 3 to 9 including 3 and 9. So this is what the slack inequality and this is what the strict inequality. Now this is the one term. The second term, single inequality and double inequality. Single inequality, double inequality. I am writing like 2x plus 3 is greater than 10 or x minus 5 is less than minus 10. So, if the inequality involves only, let us say, these are the two different expressions involving only one of the inequality, only one of the inequality is called single inequality. But somewhere we have to express the range of x, just like in the above examples. We have used the inequality symbol twice. So when you are using the inequality twice, they are considered as double inequality. Like x, yeah, you may write as a numbers. Let us say 20 is less than 10 is less than 5. Correct? Is it correct? No. 20 is greater than 5. Now you can see this inequality involving two inequalities, hence it is called double inequality. So sometimes you are facing the questions with single inequality, sometimes you are solving with double inequality. Now, the third term. If you are completely expressing, we are comparing the numbers, 20 is greater than 10. And another example I am writing, x is greater than 5. So here on the both the side of inequality we are having the numbers, means we are comparing the numbers through the inequality. It's called numeral inequality, numeral. And variable is involved in the equation, it's called literal inequality. That's it. These are the only terminology. Knowingly, unknowingly, you came across these all questions, right, in your life, in your primary classes. But हम यहाँ उसको टर्म से और पॉलिश करके और अपनी नॉलेज को हम एक्सपांड कर रहे हैं. So strict means this pure inequality, only less than and greater than. Less than, greater than are equal to symbols for slack inequality. Single inequality, double inequality, numeral inequality and literal inequality. Okay, so this is all about the terminology which we are going to use. Now, the rule to be followed while solving the inequality. Rule to be followed while solving the inequality. You may add or you may subtract any quantity on the both the side of inequality as you are doing in the equation case. जो हम इक्वेशन में हम कभी भी रिक्वायरमेंट होने पर हम इक्वल क्वांटिटीज ऐड कर सकते और इक्वल क्वांटिटीज हम सब्ट्रैक्ट भी कर सकते. बट okay, while multiplying or by dividing, right? So you may multiply or divide with any non-zero constants, any real number except 0. You may multiply entire inequality, right? Or you may divide the entire inequality with any real number except 0. Apart from this, when you are multiplying or dividing with a negative quantity, then inequality sign will reverse. What does it mean? Let us say 20 is greater than 10, you know, and it's true. Fine. If I divide the entire inequality with -5, what you will say? चेक करते हैं, हम -5 से डिवाइड करते हैं, तो क्या अभी भी ये सिंबल ऐसे ही रहेगा? चेक कर लेते हैं. 5 4s are 5 2s are. So -4 is greater than -2. Wrong, because -4 is less than -2. So hence, as and when you are dividing the entire inequality with a negative number, immediately change or reverse the sign of inequality. Less than होगा तो greater than होगा तो less than में convert कर देना, which makes the inequation true. Hope so you have understood the rule. It's only followed where you are dividing or you are multiplying with the negative real number. Okay, just you need to reverse the inequality sign. If it is less than, convert them into greater than होगा तो less than. That's all about the introductory part of this chapter. So I hope you are completely have a proper idea about the chapter, what you have and how to proceed, what terminology you need to remember, and what rules to be followed. That's all, my dear. Then we can simply go with the questions and we'll go with the solutions. We'll express on number line. We'll solve application based questions. That's all in this session 1. Okay, let's have a discussion on the questions now. Yeah. So in entire chapter, what you will get the common statement is solve the inequality, because the entire chapter is about solving and solving the inequality. While solving, just like जैसा आप इक्वेशन में हमेशा एक वेरिएबल को सब्जेक्ट करके बाकी को शिफ्ट करते हैं, वैसा ही सेम टू सेम आपको इन इक्वेशंस में करना है. नथिंग इज डिफरेंट हियर एक्सेप्ट बाय द रिवर्सिंग वाला केस. ओके, चलिए. So only you are having a common tag like solve the following inequality. Okay, so this is a common tag you are going to get, and I'm taking one question, random question over here. X is greater than 2. Purposely I'm taking this. X is greater than 2. Now solve this inequality. So here where I am making the parts, this is question number 1. Let us say I am making the part where x is belongs to any real number, where x is belongs to so better I would like to take here -2. Okay, x is greater than -2. Now x is belongs to integers. Third, x is belongs to natural number, and x is belongs to whole number. So on very different conditions, I will solve the same inequality. I'll try to find the solutions. Okay. So now you can say here directly the solution here -2 say greater. So it may go till positive infinity. So what I will say here, and it's a what strict inequality. So -2 is not included. Hence the possible solutions, now solutions are x is belongs to -2 to infinity. Getting my point? So here x is belongs to what? -2 to infinity. Now if x is an integer, what are the possible values of x of this inequality? -2 से greater integer we need to write as a solution. So x में possible क्या क्या होगा? -1, 0, 1, 2, dot till infinity. So these are the solution set, right? Are possible values of x which satisfying the given inequality, because x is an integer in the second case, but here x was a real number, hence it always give a range of numbers from this to this entire range. When x is a natural number, it never be negative, the solution never be negative, and natural number starts from 1. Hence, whatever the possible values of x will count from 1 onwards. So the possible values of x which are greater than minus 2 is 1, 2, 3, dot, 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 infinite number of solutions. Now when x is a whole number, it starts from 0, hence it starts from 0, again x is greater than minus 2. So the solutions will be 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, dot, dot. Now you can see the difference of the solution sets, number of solutions, that is possible values of x of same inequality depending on the nature of x, whether it is a real number, whether it is an integer, whether it is a natural number, whether it is a whole number. Okay, if nothing is mentioned in the question, what is the type of x, what is the nature of x, by default will consider x is a real number, because the real number consists every type of numbers. So by default, if until and unless it is stated, will consider x is a real number. It means we always going to get the solution as a range of numbers from one point to other point. Getting? So now we are going to have one more question where they have not mentioned the nature of x. It means we are taking it as real numbers only, and then we'll go for solution. This is called solutions of inequality. And we also observe that we have solved the linear inequality in one variable whose degree is 1, but still we are having infinitely many solutions. It is itself clear everything that number of solutions of inequality does not depend on its degree. Now taking the second question, I am taking 3x minus 7. Second question I am taking here. Purposely I am taking from the textbook. 3x minus 7 is greater than 3x minus 7 is greater than 5x minus 1. Now here nothing is mentioned. Only you need to solve this. It means that x is always real number if nothing is mentioned along with the inequality. So here what we did, here first of all we'll solve this inequality by making x as a subject. Means we'll group the x term one side and constants other side. जैसा हम equation solve करते हैं वैसे हम inequation को भी solve करेंगे. We'll take all x terms one side. We are shifting here variables on the left hand side and constants on the right hand side. And 3x minus 5x will give minus 2x, minus 5 plus 7 will give 2. Now to get x, I need to divide this inequality by minus 2. And you know, while dividing with a negative number, inequality sign will reverse. तो ग्रेटर देन जो होगा वो लेस देन में चेंज होगा. तो मैं माइनस 2 से डिवाइड कर रहा हूं तो ये इनइक्वालिटी फर्स्ट रिवर्स हो गया और माइनस 2 से डिवाइड होने पर माइनस 1. So now with the help of this I can write x, the possible value of x is less than minus 1. माइनस 1 से छोटा. अब वो छोटा कितना होगा? till minus infinity. The possible value of x is minus 1 to minus infinity. Here we are dealing with strict inequality, hence minus 1 is not included. Hence we were expressing the solutions in open bracket, which we called as curve bracket and a C bracket. So this is what the solutions of this inequality. So I think it is so simple to solve an inequality. ये बहुत स्टिमुलेट करेगा डेफिनेटली बच्चों को, और आप मजे से इसको कंप्लीट कर सकते हो. It will give a thrill to you. And then I'm taking one more question to solve the inequality here. Let's have that one. The inequality is given like uh, 2x minus 1 upon 3 is greater than or equal to 3x minus 2 upon 4 minus 2 minus x upon 5. That's it. It's so simple. जैसा आप inequality equation में LCM निकालते जब denominator में numerals होते हैं, first LCM लगाते हैं, then go for cross multiplication. That's it. Over. So first we'll keep this fraction as it is, 2x minus 1 upon 3, and here the LCM would be 20, and this bracket will multiply with 5, so I'm just directly writing that one, multiply करते हुए लिख रहा हूँ 5 से, 15x minus 10 minus, then this bracket will multiply with 4, it becomes 8 minus 4x. Then again 2x minus 1 upon 3 is greater than, just open with the minus sign, it becomes minus 8 and plus 4x. Then 15 plus 4x will be 19x. Minus 8 minus 10 will be minus 18. Then see, you can completely solve this one after putting LCM and all. Then go for cross multiplication. तो हम क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करते हुए पॉजिटिव नंबर से डील कर रहे हैं, इसलिए साइन कोई चेंज करने की जरूरत हमें नहीं पड़ रही. अगर यहाँ कोई -20 होता तो जब -20 से हम क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे फिर ये इनइक्वालिटी चेंज होगा. तो 20 से मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं तो ये हो गया 40x minus 20 is greater than or equal to 57x minus 54. And again same, group the like terms, variables को लेफ्ट साइड, कांस्टेंट को राइट साइड रखिए हमेशा. तो ये हो गया 40x minus 57x greater than or equal to minus 54 plus 20. So 40 minus 57 is minus 17x, minus 54 plus 20 is minus 30. Now to get the value of x, I need to divide it by 17. Hence the solution is what? X is greater than or equal to 30 by, जब आप नेगेटिव क्वांटिटी से डिवाइड करते हो तो इनइक्वालिटी साइन क्या होगा? चेंज हो जाएगा, और 30 by 17. So what are the possible values of x? 30 by 17 से इक्वल या उससे कम. X is less than or equal to this value. X की वैल्यू ये होगा या इससे कम होगा, तो यानी कि लेफ्ट हैंड साइड द सॉल्यूशन. So x is belongs to minus infinity to 30 by 17, where you need to write the close bracket or square bracket, because 30 by 17 is also included. Fine. So we have solved the inequalities. First of all, in the first question, we have solved what? Under some condition, what is x. But in second and third, there is no condition is given on x. It means by default we are taking x is a real number. Hence, the solution set is always expressible as an interval. Remember, the solution set is always expressible as an interval. Okay, so this is what the way of solving the inequality. Now, what else? You may express these solutions on number line where x is belongs to real number. Means जब x एक real number है, वहां हम उस solution set को graphically express कर सकते हैं. Graphically मतलब we are dealing with one variable, linear equation, one variable. We can express this solution on number line too. So अब नंबर लाइन पे कैसे एक्सप्रेस करेंगे वो देखिए. It's so simple. And you know it is represented keep on going positive infinity to negative infinity. Only just you need to put a constant x is less than minus 1, then just write only minus 1, no need to write the other scale here, and make a circle over here. If it is a strict inequality, it would be a blank circle. If it is a slack inequality, अगर ये include होता तो मैं इसको dark circle से represent करता. And x is less than minus 1 means the possible values of x are left side of minus 1, that is minus infinity to minus 1. Hence you need to darken the number line. इस number line क्या करेंगे आप लोग? Darken करेंगे. Like this. Getting? So this is what I have expressed this solution set, solutions on number line. Okay, here if I want to express these solutions on number line, how can I go with? Simply I'll draw one number line which representing minus infinity to plus infinity, and I will take this constant on the number line. मिड में आप ले सकते हो कहीं भी. देखिए मैं लिया यहाँ और ये हो गया आपका 30/17. Now I know 30/17 is included because we are dealing with slack inequality. Hence we need to fill the circle. This we called as dark circle, and then either you darken the left side of the part or right side of this number. But as the solution set speaks, it's counted from minus infinity to this or this to minus infinity. So left side is the solution, has darken the half of the number line. Just darken the half of the number line. That's it. So you have just expressing the same solution set or possible values of x on the number line. So friends, I think you are now able to solve the linear inequality in one variable in simplest manner, and you may also express the solutions on number line, which we called as graphical representation. Graphical representation means you are expressing the solutions on number line, not filling. There is a blank circle and dark circle have a specific meaning. Blank means that value is not included. Dark means that value is included. Either left side of the number line is the solution or right side of the number is the solution. यानी कि half of the number line will always be the part of solution, and whatever the solution part that has to be retraced or that has to be darkened. Okay. So now we are moving to the some more question where you will see the double inequality. Means we are going to take a question where double inequality is involved, where you can see though you can see two less than are two greater than are two less than are equal to are two greater than are equal to. How to solve those cases? Now see. So based on this, first of all, you may solve 6.1 exercise from your NCERT. Now what we have in the miscellaneous, that is completely double inequality cases. So double inequality cases are there. Double inequality cases are there in the miscellaneous exercise. That's why I'm taking these questions from miscellaneous. Yeah. It is from miscellaneous exercise. I am taking solve the inequality. Solve the inequality. That's it. They have given. So inequality is 2 less than 3x minus 4. 2 less than 3x minus 4 less than or equal to 5. Let us say. So if you see this inequality, it is involving, it consists two inequalities, hence it is called double inequality. So whenever the double inequality is there, you may simply doing some modifications to get the value of x. हम कुछ x की वैल्यू सॉल्व करने के लिए ये पूरा एक्सप्रेशन, मिडिल एक्सप्रेशन को x में कन्वर्ट करने का प्रोसेस, यानी यहां से हम -4 को रिमूव करेंगे बाय एडिंग 4 in all the parts. Similarly, then we'll go with division process with 3 to get the value of x. That's it. So यहां से हमें x की वैल्यू रिक्वायरमेंट है, इसलिए हम क्या कर रहे हैं, पूरी इनइक्वालिटीज में 4 ऐड कर रहे हैं, यानी कि 2 plus 4. You can add the equal quantities in all the parts. So plus 4 minus 2 get cancelled. 6 is less than 3x is less than or equal to 9. And to get value of x, I need to divide the entire inequality with 3. Hence that I am going to do 6 by 3, 3x by 3 less than or equal to 9 by 3. Hence 2 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3. Now I can simply read the possible values of x from 2 to 3. 2 is not included but 3 is included. So I can write the same solution set in the interval form. That is what x is belongs to 2 to 3, where 2 is not included, 3 is included, semi curly semi bracket you can say here in short. And now I wanted to express this solution on number line. It is not asked, but I am adding. If it is asked, to express the solution on number line, simply draw a number line. That's it. It's always showing minus infinity to plus infinity, and take these two extremes of the extreme values of x, right? 2 and 3, and 2 is not included, hence it will be shown by blank circle. 3 is included, hence it has to be shown by a dark circle, blank circle and dark circle. And thereafter, you know, the value of x is lies between 2 to 3, hence the middle portion of the number line has to be highlighted or darkened. So this is what you got a solution. You have represented it on number line. So friends, I think what is meant by double inequality, how to solve the double inequality, how to write the solution set in an interval form, how to express it on number line. I think the entire process is clear. This is what we called as solving the inequality in one variable but with double inequality. Now, I'm taking the last question to solve, and then we'll move for the application based questions. Now I'm taking the another question. Here we need to solve the inequalities. 5x plus 1 is greater than minus 24, and 5x minus 1 is less than 24. So here you can see It is not double inequality. It is a single inequality only, but pair of inequalities. Pair means you are having two equations, just like two inequations. जैसे आप linear equation two variables आपने पढ़ा था, उसके बाद 10th में आने के बाद आपने पढ़ा pair of an equation two variables means you are having two different inequalities. इसको आप inequality number one कहिए, इसको आप inequality number two कहिए. You need to solve these two inequalities separately first, and then we'll get the common solution of x which satisfying both the inequalities. Okay, so we'll treat it as a single inequalities. Now just try to solve. So how you will solve? First we'll shift 1 to this side, or it become minus 1, so minus 24 minus 1, so 5x is greater than minus 25. Then 5 will go in denominator, so 5 से divide हो जाएगा तो minus 5. So this is what the first solution here. X is greater than minus 5, and then here if you solve this one, 5x is less than 25 by shifting minus 1 over here. So x is less than 5. So what does it mean? X is greater than minus 5, but x is less than 5. 5 से छोटा है, but minus 5 से greater है. So now you need to combine both the things to speak the final answer. So what you can speak over here, the x is greater than minus 5 but less than 5. This is your, what you will say here, आप इसको यहाँ बोल दीजिए फर्स्ट का सॉल्यूशन है और ये सेकंड का सॉल्यूशन है. इन दोनों को कंबाइन करते हुए हमने 1 intersection 2, we are taking those values of x which satisfying both the equations, So 1 intersection 2 means x is greater than minus 5 and x is less than 5. So now the final answer of this pair of inequalities is minus 5 2 plus 5. Hence I can write this solution in interval form like minus 5 to 5. This is what interval form of the solution. You may also express it on number line to show graphically minus infinity to plus infinity, minus 5 to plus 5. Both are not included, hence they are shown by a blank circle, and hence the solutions are lies between these two ranges. Hence the middle portion of the number line has to be highlighted or darkened. So this is a way of expressing on the number line. So there are several types of inequalities you are come across in the 6.1 and the miscellaneous exercise. So in the miscellaneous exercise, you will be experiencing the double inequality. You will be experiencing the pair of linear inequations. Okay, but you are dealing with only single variable. Okay, that's why you are able to solve algebraically, and the solution can be expressible on one single scale, that is we call number line. Over. So now you are comfortable to solve any inequality. Now we are moving with one or two application based questions just for your knowledge purpose. How can we convert the given problems into inequalities, and then we'll go for solution. So just for your knowledge, I am specifying which question I am taking from the textbook along with the exercise and question number. Very small things we have, very small question at ABCD level based questions we have. Now we are having a question From test book, we are taking this question. From it is from exercise 6.1, and the question number is 21. Question number 21. Ravi obtained 70 and 75 marks in two unit tests. Find the minimum marks he should get in the third test to have an average of at least 60 marks. क्या कह रहा है? Ravi scored. There are 3 unit tests has been conducted in the school. Ravi scored 70 in the first unit test, 75 in the second unit test. Now he was just setting the target minimum to be scored in the third unit test so that the average of these entire marks, average score would be minimum 60%. Average should be minimum 60%. He wanted to score 60% कम से कम आ जाए, तो मुझे कितने मार्क्स स्कोर करनी चाहिए जिससे मेरा टोटल एवरेज जो तीनों टेस्ट का जो एवरेज आएगा, एवरेज स्कोर जो होगा वो कम से कम 60% होगा, यानी 60% या उससे ज्यादा होगा. So how can we go with this minimum 60%? So first of all, you know average. What is by average over here? Sum of all observation by number of all observation. So let the Ravi has to score X marks in the third unit test. Hence, the average score is given by 70 plus 75 plus X upon 3. So this average score, it means that it is almost 145 plus X upon 3. So this score must be greater than 60%. Okay. So that is what average score is. 60% means minimum ये जो marks है greater than 60. He wanted to score as an average score as 60. Now just solve this inequality to know the value of x. Just do the multiplication, cross multiplication. 145x, 180. X would be, by subtracting it, what is the answer then? 140 means minimum कितने मार्क्स लानी होगी उसको थर्ड यूनिट टेस्ट में, कम से कम उसको 35 स्कोर करना होगा थर्ड यूनिट टेस्ट में, जिससे उसका एवरेज स्कोर जो होगा वो 60 से ऊपर जाएगा. So this is basically a word problem we are saying, but it is a actual case we are also dealing with. कई बार हमारा इंटेंशन होता है कि मुझे डिस्टिंक्शन में पास होना है, मुझे 60% लाना है, मुझे 80% स्कोर करना है, मेरा टारगेट है, तो मुझे टोटल मार्क्स कम से कम 60 मार्क्स चाहिए ऑन एंड एवरेज. तो ऐसा होता है क्योंकि मैथ्स में इतना आ गया, साइंस में इतना आ गया, तो मुझे सोशल स्टडीज में कितने लाने चाहिए जिससे मेरा जो टोटल एवरेज स्कोर होता है वो 70 के ऊपर जाए. तो उस केस में भी आप इनइक्वालिटी वाला केसेस यूज कर सकते हो, बिकॉज यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एवरेज एंड दैट टू एवरेज इज मिनिमम एंड मैक्सिमम. तो आपको समझ आ जाएगा कि मेरा टारगेट क्या होना चाहिए. So this thing you can apply in your life whenever and wherever you require it. Now coming to the next word problem, which is question number 25, which is a question number 25. So question number 25. So what is this question number 25? See. I'm just reading because this question is available in textbook. You may also read this one from 6.1, question number 25. The longer side of the triangle is 3 times the shorter side, and third side is 2 centimeters shorter than longest side. If the perimeter of the triangle is at least 61 centimeter, find the minimum length of the shortest side. It means just it's a simple triangle, which may also speak it as a scalene triangle. आप scalene triangle भी कह सकते हैं. थोड़ा सा मैं इसको और ड्रॉ बनाने की कोशिश करूंगा. Okay, this is A, B, C. This is the shortest side, and let us name this. Length of the shortest side is X. Okay. So what they are speaking, the longest side of the triangle is 3 times the shortest side. The longest side of the triangle is 3 times the shortest side. So what is the longest side here then? 3x. If the shortest side is x, the longest side will be 3x as per the question. Right? The third side, this is the remaining side. The third side is 2 centimeters shorter than longest side. This side is 2 centimeters shorter than longest side. So longest side था 3x, उससे 2 सेंटीमीटर छोटा है. So these are the dimensions of triangle which have given in a wording form. Also said, if the perimeter of triangle is at least 61 centimeter, so perimeter of triangle is denoted by P. Perimeter of triangle is minimum 61, at least 61, यानी 61 सेंटीमीटर से कम 61 सेंटीमीटर होगा या उससे ज्यादा होगा. एट लीस्ट कम से कम कितना होना चाहिए? 61 सेंटीमीटर या 61 सेंटीमीटर से ज्यादा होना चाहिए. एट लीस्ट एंड एट मोस्ट. यू नो द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस टर्मिनोलॉजी. सो कम से कम पेरीमीटर क्या होना चाहिए? 61. अब बताइए कि what is the length of the shortest side? He was asking what is the length of the shortest side. Now let's solve this question. What you are going to get? First of all, perimeter means sum of all three sides. So perimeter means what you will say here, x plus 3x plus 3x minus 2. This is must be greater than 61. So by adding the like terms, you will get 7x minus 2 is greater than 61. So 7x is greater than 63. It implies x is greater than 9. So what is the least value of x? You can write the least value of x is 9 सेंटीमीटर. कम से कम छोटा सेट कितना होना चाहिए इस ट्रायंगल का? 9 सेंटीमीटर होगा, तब जाकर इस पूरी ट्रायंगल का जो पेरीमीटर होगा इस कंडीशन पे वो 61 सेंटीमीटर होगा. जब आप इससे ऊपर लेंगे तो पेरीमीटर भी 61 से ऊपर जाएगा. दैट्स ऑल. सो इट्स सिंपली बहुत ही छोटा क्वेश्चन है, एबीसीडी लेवल का वर्ड प्रॉब्लम्स है, एंड यू मे सॉल्व एट योर हैंड. वो भी आप खुद से भी कर सकते हो विदाउट माय असिस्टेंस. इट्स दैट मच इजी. ओके, but still just for your reference, just to recall the things, I am taking the solutions over here. Apart from this, I would like to take one question from miscellaneous exercise, right? Question number 11 from miscellaneous exercise. I am taking from miscellaneous exercise now. Okay, miscellaneous exercise. Right, from here I'm taking one word problem, that is question number 11. What they have said, a solution is to be kept between 68 Fahrenheit to 77 Fahrenheit. What is the range in temperature in degrees Celsius if the relation between degree Celsius and Fahrenheit conversion formula is given by? There is a formula to convert the Fahrenheit to degree Celsius and degree Celsius to Fahrenheit. So this is a formula they have given. There are basic fundamental units to measure the temperature, that is in Fahrenheit and degree Celsius. You have studied this relation in science, you have studied this relation in maths in 9th standard. So this is a relation between Fahrenheit and degree Celsius. One solution is there that has to be kept. एक सॉल्यूशन है, उस सॉल्यूशन को हमेशा आपको एक पर्टिकुलर टेम्परेचर के रेंज में ही रखना है। एंड वो टेम्परेचर का रेंज क्या दिया हुआ है? द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द सॉल्यूशन, liquid, solution is liquid, has to be kept between 68 degree Fahrenheit and 77 degree Fahrenheit. So they wanted to keep the solution, a particular solution, a particular liquid temperature between 68 degree to 77 degree Fahrenheit. So what they are asking us, they are asking, if you want to express this into degree Celsius, so what is the range of temperature in degree Celsius then? So simply I need to convert this Fahrenheit into what? Degree Celsius. So basically what I am having, let's have it. So therefore what I am having, the particular temperature of the solution F is lies between 68 degree Fahrenheit to 77 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, but I know what is the value of F. Value of F is what? 9 by 5c plus 32. Just write it that one. You may here eliminate the F symbol by writing the value of F, that is 68 to what? 9 by 5c plus 32 is 77. Yeah, you may write degree Celsius. Okay, and now to get the value of C, first I need to subtract 32 from all the sides. So 68 minus 32, 9 by 5c plus 32 minus 32, 77 minus 32. So it will give what? 36 less than, ये दोनों cancel हो गया, 9 by 5c, and here you can subtract here 45, and thereafter we have to multiply with 5 on all the side. मैं 5 से multiply कर रहा हूँ, 5 into 36, 5 into 9 by 5 into c, that 5 into 45. So 5 get cancelled. To get the value of c, I need to divide the entire inequality with 9. अब 9 से divide भी साथ में करते जाओ तो आपका टाइम भी कम हो जाएगा. So 5 into 36 is divided by 9. So 9 will get cancelled, only c is left. So 4 into 45 by 9. 9 4s are 9 5s are 20. C is less than what we got. 9 4s 36. 9, oh, I have written this as 4, not 5. So 5 5 is 25. So that liquid has to be kept between 20 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius. So we got the range of liquid, means the temperature of the solution has to be kept between 20 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius. The only thing is they have given the solution of the temperature has to be kept between 68 Fahrenheit to 77 Fahrenheit, and they were asking that he express this range into degrees Celsius. So that's why we have taken the relation between F and C. This is also given the question. So just this F has to be placed between two Fahrenheits, and then F का formula put करिए and then go for simple simplification to get the range in degrees Celsius. That's all, my dear friends, of today's class. I hope I will be able to convince you, and I think after watching this, you definitely enjoying this, and you definitely motivated to the 6.1 exercise as well as miscellaneous exercise both. So here I would request everyone to go through the NCERT textbook and finish the 6.1 exercise as well as miscellaneous exercise today itself. Okay, and thank you for watching me since so long, and keep watching, keep learning, keep growing, and we'll definitely meet in the second session with the linear inequality in two variables, how to solve graphically. That is the major topic of this chapter, right? तब तक के लिए आप लोग सेफ रहिए और काम करते रहिए. Thank you all of you and see you. Bye bye.